Hi, neighbors. Althea Burke here, mastery coach and owner of Day Defined Health and Life Coaching. I want to share a reflection on good enough reparenting and the parable of the Good Samaritan. So, this idea of loving yourself as you would love your neighbor comes to us from a parable Jesus taught well known societal figures in Judea. He was talking to the priests, the Levites, and the lawyers. At the heart of this story is the so-called religiously pure couldn't be bothered with helping a person who was beaten just for his clothes and left half dead. They turned away. And the modern day equivalent of that is expressed by that I just can't be bothered attitude. When I think about the reparenting movement, I think to myself, how often do we fall short of loving ourselves? Reparenting, if you're unfamiliar with that term, means the act of giving yourself what you didn't receive as a child, or a psychotherapist taking on the role of a concerned parent to give you what you didn't receive in childhood. And I found that succinct and awesome definition on medium.com. And the author of the article was Sarah Abdulson, if I'm saying it correctly. If we're still raising ourselves, right, it's totally understandable that it's going to be difficult for us to love our spouses, our partners, our colleagues, our children, our parents. Do you agree or disagree? Getting back to the story of the Good Samaritan, let's take a look at all of the energy that the Samaritan man gave up to help a perfect stranger. So, number one, physical energy. He gave up his donkey to the beaten man while he walked alongside them. Number two, he gave up his time. He applied oil and wine to soothe and clean the man's wounds. Number three, money. He spent his money to rent a stall at the inn for the wounded man to rest. And number four, he put his reputation on the line. He told the innkeeper, hey, if you incur any cost, let me know and I'll pay for it when I come back. That is going all out. And that's probably why Jesus used the Good Samaritan parable as the example of godly love, how we should be loving our neighbors. Hold that thought. Just taking an inventory of your own life. Which of these things would be the hardest for you to give? Your money? Is it your time? Your reputation? What is it? When I was going back and forth in my mind about whether or not I wanted to go for a hike today, my inner child was like, yay, let's go for a hike. I'm so excited. But my adult self was like, you can't go for a hike. We've got work to do. We've got a lot of work to do. So maybe later on. The reality was, if I made a little bit of effort, I could have both, right? I could have fun on the hike and cross things off my work to-do list. And in the end, me and my inner child went on our hike, and it was so fun. I gave my inner child what she wanted, and it felt so good to be in nature and moving my body and doing what it is that I wanted to be doing. And so when we bring together the lesson of the Good Samaritan, which is loving your neighbor as you love yourself, and the concept of reparenting, the outcome is to be a good enough parent to yourself. For me, that means give yourself some good quality attention more often than not so you can stay strong. But it's fine if you're not perfect at the whole self-care thing.